existent governments and their replacement by a dictatorship of the conspirators in the United States that's being done through regionalism. The states are in the process of disappearing and regional governments are taking over. They are not elected, they are appointed. They are, in fact, dictatorships. The next is looting individuals and nations of their wealth through such devices as violence and war, capital and income taxes, terrorism, confiscatory inheritance taxes, and eventually an end of private ownership of all property, except at the hands of the conspirators who would then own all property and usurp the power that such ownership would yield. Destruction of all religions, supplanting them with doctrines laid down by the conspirators, and the new religion will be secular humanism. You can hear everybody preaching this all over the dial, all over your television set every day. Listen to the man from the Crystal Palace in California, Reverend Schuller. Listen carefully to Paul and Jan Crouch and to Pat Robertson. Listen carefully to what they are telling you, to what they are teaching you. And listen carefully to the Pope, who has just announced to all of the Catholics of the world that the Vatican now accepts as truth the doctrine of biological evolution. I am making no judgment about what is right is wrong, or what is wrong is right, or who is right or who is wrong. I'm merely pointing out to you the method that this is being enacted upon the American people and upon the world. Destruction of the family and supplanting its discipline by that of the dictators. No more discipline in school, no more discipline by parents, and the family is being destroyed. Internationalism that was required by the conspirators' scheme for control over one world, involving the outlawing of patriotism and the fostering of treason, and that is really what is behind the attack upon American patriots and the militia. And it will get worse. And there will be worse incidents of terror in the heartland and all across the United States, and if they have to do it in order to disarm the American people and bring about their one-world totalitarian utopian socialist government, they will, they are prepared to, and they will detonate an atomic weapon in an American city. And they've been preparing you for it for many months now, telling you that atomic weapons have disappeared from the old Soviet armories, that terrorists are engaged in buying weapons-grade plutonium, that countries like Iraq have nuclear reactors and are engaged in the production of atomic bombs. It's all crap, ladies and gentlemen, and it's designed to make you believe that when this happens in an American city, that we must all disarm, give up the only power that the people have to protect their freedoms, and bow down to a universal world dictatorship in order to secure our selves from crime and drugs and terrorism. It is a manipulation on a monumental scale. And if Americans give up their arms, that will be the same hour that Americans become enslaved. It will be the day, the minute, the hour that will be marked in the history of the world that the world of human beings went backward into enslavement and serfdom, into a new dark age. These aspects of the conspiracy were first widely broadcast with the aid of Clinton Roosevelt and his Illuminist associates by Heinrich Karl Marx, who as usual plagiarized them without even intimating that the Weishaupt Illuminist source was the place where he drug all this out. And almost every plank of the Communist Manifesto of Karl Marx and Heinrich Engels has been implemented in the United States of America, except for the elimination of the middle class, the destruction of the economy, and the redistribution of wealth. Those are on the horizon. They will be here soon, very soon, I can assure you. You don't have to have a crystal ball to know it and be able to predict it. All you have to do is look at history, read their works, see who's in control, and understand the plan that they are following. They have never deviated from their plan, and they have used the exact same methods in every country that they have conquered all over the world. I can see it because I study history. I have been continually right in my predictions, and in fact, I can say with all honesty, and be 100% correct, that I am the only man in the world today who has been consistently accurate in every prediction that I have ever made except for one. I predicted the invasion of Panama within 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. And the only time that I've ever been wrong in a prediction was when I said Manuel Noriega would not be tried in an American court of law because it goes against the law of nations. You cannot. You don't have jurisdiction. You cannot go to a foreign country, kidnap the head of that country, bring it back to your country, and place them on trial. It's an act of war. And all officials of foreign governments have diplomatic immunity. But you see, when I made that prediction, I didn't understand that they were so far along in their plan that nation states are no longer sovereign. The illusion of diplomatic immunity is just that, an illusion. And that the world government is really already in place, and that the armed forces of the United States of America are the police force for that world order, for that world government. Ask Michael New. On July 16, 1782, at the Congress of Wilhelmsbad, an alliance was entered into by the Masonic Order and the Order of Illuminati, which has had tremendous repercussions in world history. The 2,000 lodges of the Order of Illuminati that had come into existence almost overnight joined the lodges of the Masonic Order in a worldwide organization that claimed over 3 million members. The Order of Illuminati started when the American Revolution was already underway, and therefore played no significant part in it. However, before the colonies were united, the Constitution adopted, and our republic established, 15 lodges of the Order of Illuminati were established in the 13 colonies. In 1785, the Columbian Lodge of the Order of Illuminati was established in New York City. With it were identified Governor DeWitt Clinton, and later Clinton Roosevelt, Charles A. Dana, and Horace Greeley. In 1786, there was established a lodge in Virginia, with which was identified Thomas Jefferson. When the Order of Illuminati was exposed as a revolutionary conspiracy in Bavaria, and Weishaupt was attacked, Jefferson, an ardent Illuminist, defended Weishaupt as an enthusiastic philanthropist, exactly as Weishaupt had dictated they were to be portrayed to the masses of sheeple. The Order of Illuminati, ladies and gentlemen, rapidly gained such influence in the colonies that its members were able to force the adoption of the Order's insignia as the Great Seal of the United States of America. It can be found on the left side of the reverse of the $1 Federal Reserve note, and on the old silver certificates of the Treasury. Its eye mounted on a pyramid signifies the all-seeing eye that was symbolic of Illuminism's terrorist espionage system, the counterpart of the Gestapo, the OGPU, and the NKVD, the KGB, and of the other cruel and brutal spy nets that Weishaupt's disciples have since adopted. In this country, it's known as the Central Intelligence Agency. Placing the symbol and the great seal of the USA was a warning that the entire power of the Republic stood behind the very conspiracy that aimed to destroy it and threatened violence supported by terrorist espionage to those who opposed the conspirators. Thus, the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, on April the 19th, 1995. Nodus Ordo Seclorum announces the New Deal, the New Order of the Ages, the New World Order of Weishaupt's Illuminists. The date on the insignia and seal base of the pyramid, MDCCLXXVI, or 1776, is not meant as the date of the Declaration of Independence, which occurred in the same year, but is the date of the founding of Weishaupt's conspiracy, the Order of Illuminati. And if you understand the machinations of the Order of the Trapezoid, then you can take those Roman numerals and apply them to the trapezoidal system, as above, so below. You can trace them back to the foundation of the Knights Templar. And you can see their goal is the establishment, ladies and gentlemen, of the Antichrist upon the throne of the world. It is no secret to them. They believe the God of the Bible is the God of darkness, is a charlatan, an unjust, vindictive God, and that Lucifer is the savior of the human race.